The huge bag of worries. Jenny had always been happy. She had a lovely mum and dad and a great brother. Well, most of the time. She had a best friend from school and she liked her teacher. And then, of course, there was Lufus, the dog. But recently she'd been getting gloomier and gloomier. It was not just one thing, it was everything. She was worried that she was getting too fat and that Lufus had fleas and that her best friend was going away. She was worried that she was getting bad marks at school and she thought she heard someone whispering about her in the playground. She worried when her mum and dad had an argument. She even worried about wars and bonds until one day she woke up to find a huge bag of worries. The bag followed her everywhere. It followed her to school, to swimming, to the toilet, and it even stuck by her when she was watching TV. She tried to ignore it, but it didn't work. She tried throwing it away, but it always came back. She tried to lock it out, but when she got back to her bedroom, there it was, waiting for her. It was like a horrible shadow she couldn't get rid of. What was she going to do? She asked her brother for help, but he was busy with his computer game, and all he said was, "I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have any worries." After that, she didn't feel like asking anyone else. She knew she'd only feel stupid. Mum would probably say, "You've got no worries that I can see. You're a lucky girl. You've got your health, your friends, your family. What more do you want?" So she decided not to tell her. Dad might know what to do, but then she thought again. No, Dad had enough worries of his own. She couldn't ask him. Every day things got worse. The bag got bigger and bigger and bigger. She couldn't sleep because it kept tossing and turning beside her all night long. To make matters worse, the bag dragged around her feet so much that when she was walking to school, that she was late and the teacher got cross. Jenny couldn't tell her what had happened, and anyway, she knew what she would say. "You've got too many worries. In future, leave the bag at home." When Jenny told her best friend about the bag, she suggested that Jenny should lock it in a cupboard and try not to think about it. "That's what I'll do," she said, but it didn't work. Even Lufus couldn't help. He tried his best and barked like mad, but the bag stood its ground. One morning, Jenny woke up, got dressed, and walked down the road. She'd had enough. The tears started falling down her cheeks. She sat on a garden wall and put her head in her hands. She thought she'd have to live with the bag forever. Then she heard a voice, and looking up, she saw the kindly face of the old lady who lived next door. Through her tears, Jenny explained how it had followed her for weeks and got bigger and bigger and just wouldn't go away. "Now, let's just open it and see what's inside," said the old lady. But Jenny said she couldn't. If she opened the bag, the worries might jump out, and who knew what might happen then? "Nonsense," said the old lady firmly. "There's nothing to worry about. There's nothing a worry hates more than being seen. If you have any worries, however small, the secret is to let them out slowly, one by one, and show them to someone else. They'll soon go away." So Jenny opened the bag. The old lady sorted the worries into groups. Jenny was astonished to see how small they looked when they were out in the open. Half the worries disappeared because lots of worries hate the light of day. As for the rest, the old lady put some in her shopping basket to deal with herself. Some others she sent packing because they belonged to other people. Some, she said, she just blew a kiss to and blew them away. And some others, she said, were worries that everyone had, even Jenny's family, her friends, and her teacher. And that was the end of her big bag of worries.